What it do, y'all? It's your boy. Hey, so today what we gonna be doing is doing these bad boys right here. Remember a while back I told y'all I was gonna put the cameras in the mirrors so that when I turn on the turn signal it shows there. So they'll be going in these mirrors here. But I end up buying some different ones because the original ones that I had the guidelines on them, and unfortunately I didn't realize that at the time. But there apparently was no way to get rid of those. So I went and bought some more. My boy YouTubing on a Budget was asking me when I was going to get this project going. So YouTubing on a Budget, this for you, pimping. So this is kind of what it looks like. And this is a different model type anyway. This one's kind of like the all-in-one socket. It doesn't protrude out a little bit. So interesting to see how this is going to turn out. But obviously the first thing we got to do is test them. Make sure that they come on as designed. Here is the output, video input and output. I believe this is power. Yeah, this looks about like power and video. And I believe this is video and power, not really sure, but anyway, so these two wires right here, one is for guidelines and the other one is to reverse the image. So what we're gonna do is first we're gonna take apart this so that we can test it. Then once we take that apart, we will work on the doors, getting those off, getting the mirrors off. It's gonna be a long day, but hey, we're gonna get to the business. So when I get the doors off, when I get the instrument, the bezel off, I'm gonna cut y'all back on. So as you can see, I got the camera hooked up. This is just one of them. Clarity's pretty good. In terms of, I think this is gonna be pretty good. My garage is a little dirty. I got boxes everywhere. But anyway, so this is just to kind of give you a quick overview of the cameras. You can see in this, actually in this one, there is no guidelines, but if I cut the green wire, it'll put guidelines, but we don't need it for this. So, looks kind of crazy, but you can see this is the lockpick. But anyway, so we're gonna go ahead and get the doors off. We're gonna figure out what we're gonna do, how we're gonna do this, how we're gonna mount it. So all of this is gonna be a first. In terms of with this one, if you want to see how I did it in the past on my Durango, you can check out that video. But essentially this is going to be the same setup, nothing really different with the exception of the actual camera's different, a different model. So I'm going to go ahead and get the doors off. When I get the doors off, I'm going to cut y'all back on. Got the mirror off. This is the mirror right here. As you can see, I have the camera mounted here. I wanted some distance between the black piece and here to give it that flush look. So as you can see, it fits nicely around the mirror. The only thing I really need to do now is adjust it in terms of the lens once I finish running the wires, but I have them coming out through here. I will probably tape them up so that they all run together nice and neat here. But yeah, so I kind of like this. It looks pretty good. I'm gonna do the other side, run the wires, which is gonna be the really fun part. I'm gonna run them through there, which ultimately is gonna run through there and then in through the instrument piece. So that's gonna be fun. That's probably what's gonna take the majority of the time, getting the wires ran and all that good stuff. But once I get all that taken care of, I'll give you guys a final video of how it looks and what it looks like on the screen. Alright, so when I'm done with everything, I'll cut you back on. Alright, y'all, real quick, I'm going to show you how I'm running the wire, because I know somebody else may try this, and then typically I get the questions or see people looking for how you ran the wires through the door, etc. So essentially, as you can see here, I have the wire coming from the mirror, running down, electrical taped it there, have it running down to here. Let me back out some. And then I'm running it through the little cable management here. What I had to do was disconnect it from the door here. As you can see, this is where all of these wires are being ran through this harness here. You'll have this, which is covered with this plastic, or not plastic, but this rubber piece here. So I peeled this back, and you can slide this back in one piece. You just have to disconnect it from like in this area right here, and then you'll be able to pull it back to expose this plastic piece here. Also, as you can see here on the door, let me back out some. On the door, I just kind of undid these as well. But anyway, so you run it through this piece here, and then it comes out with the rest of the wires through here. And then essentially what's going to happen is I'm going to feed it through here, and then it's going to come out somewhere up in here. And then of course it'll be ran through here, and then I'll take this piece off here and then run it through all the way over to here. So that's essentially what it's going to be, and that's pretty much how it's going to be on both sides. So hopefully this kind of explains that in the future if anybody else wants to do the same thing with their charger. All right, so when I get all this done, get the car put back together, we'll test it out, and then it's pretty much going to be it. So as soon as I get done doing this, I'll cut you guys back on. What it do, it's me again. Just show y'all real quick. So there's the camera there, and then there's the other one here. Go ahead and open it up. Alright, so as you can see, did a pretty good job on the wiring. Can't tell nothing, that's the way I like it. But hold on, let me hop in here. I need to adjust the camera though, so I haven't done anything in terms to adjust them yet. But in terms of clarity, let me kind of show y'all. So this is a remote that I'm just using for right now, just to show you. But I can use a turn signal, and it shows the cameras as well. So there's the left camera, and here's the right camera. So of course I have the fun task of adjusting these to get them where I want them, but that's kind of minor. But so other than that, man, that's kind of what it is. That project took a little longer than I expected, several hours. One is because I wanted to make sure that when I ran the wires, I wanted to make sure that all that was nice and neat, and you know, just make sure everything was good to go. So I'm pretty excited. I'm happy with the progress. Again, so there's a fly in my face. But yeah. So typically when I turn on the turn signal, whichever turn signal, directional, left or right, it automatically comes on, etc. So if you guys like this video, hit that like, hit that subscribe button. Appreciate it. All right, holla.